Yeah, well,
What was that?
I was saying that they think they can just use their maximum childbearing years to play, and then after that, just step into the McLaren. Just find a guy that's got tons of money, and he's gonna say, "Yeah, come on in, come on in." Oh yeah, you can come on in and just step right into the McLaren, right? But it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. See, I think a lot of times what black women don't, well, not even black women, I'm gonna say women period, because I don't want to just limit it to black women. I'm gonna say, well, women period. Women, they don't understand that every time you take a man's sperm, this is why they're so indecisive. Every time you take a man's sperm into body your body will absorb that DNA. Every time you take it, so when your body absorbs that DNA, now the body, your body is a big calculator, and it has to figure out how much hormones you need, how much everything. It has to figure all of this out. And how does it calculate all of that? It calculates that by going through the whole body, adding up everything, what's not right and what's supposed to be there and what's not supposed to be there, and then regulating all of that. But if you have foreign DNA in your body, now that foreign DNA has to be accounted for. It has to be accounted for. So now your body has to try to figure out how to account for that. That's why women have so many headaches. They got so many headaches, and they're so undecided about so many things, because those instructions, that DNA is giving the body instructions. It's putting instructions. So the body has to try to, oh, let me try this, let me try that. And it just has to try so many different things to mitigate that foreign DNA that has been absorbed in the body. That's why I always tell women what they should do is do a total body cleanse. You shouldn't be dating two different men physically at the same time, because you need to do a total body cleanse. You can't have the essence of one man and the essence of another man. But a lot of women, most women don't do no cleansing. They don't do any cleansing after being with a different man. And they have many different men's DNA absorbed in the body. That's why they can't think. They have so many, it's so hard for them to focus. Like a man, you can say, yeah, go do this. Let's go do that. And a man be like, okay, we're in the store for shoes. We got the shoes. Let's go, right? A woman go in and get the same pair of shoes, be like, nah, let me try 4, 5, 10 more of the pair. And then come all the way back to the same pair she started with, right? And then still ask you, well, what do you think? You help me make a decision with this. Because they got so much foreign DNA in their systems. They haven't cleansed it out. They got to clean it out. So they can't make decisions. So it's hard for them to make decisions. Now, you're trying to make a decision on a man. Now, you got all this other foreign DNA that you still got in your system. And now you meet another man, and now you're having trouble making a good decision about this man because you got all this foreign DNA. I mean, Brother Jarvis, I'm sorry, brother. See, when you signed on with this, you signed on, we're going to tell the truth. We're going to tell the truth mathematically. We ain't talking about nothing spooky. We're talking about mathematics. And man, an average man is going to give you half a liter of DNA when they ejaculate into you. You think you're going to that's just going to fall out of you? No, your body's going to absorb it. Some it's going to put out as waste, but some is going to get absorbed into the bones, into the organs, into the tissues, into the marrow. The brain has to account for that. The body has to account for that. That is not DNA that is congruent with the regular situation. That has to be accounted for. And it has to always be accounted for. So now you got one person's DNA in your system that has to be accounted for. Now you got another person's. Now the brain has to account for 2 sets of foreign DNA. Now 3, now 4, now 5. Always has to account for it. That's why they're so crazy, because it has to always account for this foreign DNA that's never getting cleansed out. You see women that have been cleansed, brother, they're much more calm and much more, they don't have all of this anxiety because the body's not having to deal with all these different DNA. And that's just the mathematics of the situation. Now, in my opinion, why are women so unsuccessful when trying to secure a lifelong mate? Because we start them out wrong, brother. Did you know that? We start them out wrong. We tell them, what do we tell our little girls? What do we tell our little girls? As soon as they maybe as soon as they can start walking and talking. Oh, you so pretty, you're so beautiful, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful. So now when they get to, we keep telling them that until they get to school age. So every girl that goes in there thinks she's the most beautiful and prettiest one. Then they find out what? They're not. They have competition out there.
Right.
They got to compete now. The boys going to decide. The males decide who's the prettiest or who's the most desirable, right? She may be pretty, but she may not be arousing them sexually. Like another little girl might be arousing them sexually. So, I mean, it's just the males decide the value of the women now. See, you telling her she's pretty and all that. See, now she realized, oh, that ain't really got a lot of value out there in the real world. It's just you talking in this house. But out there in the real world, the men decide who's valuable. So now they're in elementary school, brother. They're in elementary school, and they have to find the pecking order there, right? They found out who's the prettiest girls get the guys that get the most attention from the boys. But then now we move them up to junior high or middle school, right? Now they at another level. They're at another level now, where the prettiest girls get all of the guys, right? But at the junior high school level or the middle school level, they start noticing, oh, okay, there's things I can do to mitigate this circumstances. You know, I can paint my nails, I can paint my lips, I can put eyeshadow on, I can fix my hair a certain way. They start seeing, oh, there's things I can do to try to mitigate this situation. So now they go out there and they start trying to mitigate the situation. But then they get to the high school level and it's even more competition, right? It's even more competition. So now they got to go harder. I have to dye my hair, right? I got to get these crazy long fingernails, right? I got to wear something that's showing half my behind hanging out, right? Anything, because they're looking for that attention. We stoke them for that attention so that they go out there and that's what they're looking for, is that attention. They want the same attention that we was giving them, but now they want it from out there. They don't think, man, I'm a good person from the inside. That's what I should be chasing. Let them other girls be out there, be the ones that they trying to run through. But no, they want attention from men because we taught them instead of teaching them. Balancing it off, we're saying you are pretty, but you smart. You're a good person. You know, we balance it off. We tell them a bunch of different things to balance it off instead of just only telling them you're pretty, you're pretty, you're pretty, you're my beautiful princess, you're my beautiful princess. I did it too. I got to learn how to stop doing that to my granddaughter, right? I got to start balancing it out because I see the playing field out there. So where we at, high school? Okay, yeah. So they're in high school. They figured out pretty much by high school that if they want attention from men, they gotta do things. They gotta go the distance. They gotta go a little farther than the average girl gotta go. They figure it out. Now I say they go to college. Now they see it's even more competition. It's even more competition. But a lot of times in college they think, I know my degree is going to show that, you know, that it's going to have value when it comes to getting a man. Not necessarily. And not the kind of man you're probably going to want. Right? So, these are the problems that they have to face. Then on top of that, women have a certain women only have a certain amount of time where they have their prime childbearing years. That's when they're the most valuable to most men, is the prime childbearing years. I know I ain't supposed to say this, brother. I'm supposed to say a woman is just as valuable at 60 as she is at 20, but we both know that's not the case. I mean, valuable to men. We talking about in a mating situation, right? But they're not, right? A woman is as valuable. Her peak value is her prime childbearing years, right? How do they? Why don't they? Why don't women close in on men in those prime years? What's going on in those prime years? How come they losing out, especially black women? How come they losing out during those prime childbearing years? What's going on, Brother Jarvis?
Well, there's always a whole lot, going on. Um, I really wanted to expound on a woman dating several men. There's always a question of, well, if he can have several different wives, why can't I have several different husbands? And really, you answer the question. It's not, you're not made that way, you know. And several wives, that community, when one man has, the Quran states that it is best for you for one man and one woman. That's best for you, and it really is, because one man, one woman, it keeps down first confusion, and it's a lot better long term for family. If y'all two can stay together and raise a family, it's a foundation. You know, only in special circumstances where there's a shortage of men, because normally when a country or a nation goes to war, men go to war. Women don't go to war. Today, women
Right,
want to go to war with men. I don't know why. Men go to war. So when it's finally over, there's going to be a shortage of men, not women. Plus mathematically, that makes sense. The man should go to war.
right,
Because mathematically, a society can still go on. All you need is one bull. You can have 10 cows, but you don't need one bull to
right,
impregnate all the cows. Mathematically, that's how it should be.